Hey Jason, Steve Carroll with Snake River Manufacturing. I'm going to show you a couple of tricks in Solidworks today that'll be able to convert your part to a sheet metal. We're then going to export that sheet metal with bend lines, and then we're going to talk about what that looks like on the plate laser as well as the press brake, so that it can automatically define your bend allowances, your tonnage, and your Delem DA-69T controller. We're going to slowly walk through the steps required to import this part, convert it to sheet metal, flatten it, and export all of the bend line data with the part so that we can see it on the CNC and the press brake. So our first step is we're going to come up to File and we're going to go Open. And then we're going to navigate to our step file. We're going to hit Open. And then right over here, Solidworks is going to say, do you want to run import diagnostics on this part? Yes. So it runs import diagnostics, and it says no faulty faces or gaps remain in the geometry. So we're going to hit green check mark. Perfect. So now we've got our part. We can see it. We can rotate it. But what we can't do right now is we're on the sheet metal tab. We look at the flatten function. We cannot flatten it. So what we need to do is we need to convert this to sheet metal. So right over here on the sheet metal tab, we're going to click convert to sheet metal. And then right over here, it's asking on the sheet metal parameters, what is the fixed face? The fixed face, we're going to navigate over to here. The fixed face is the face that everything's going to bend off of, right? So we're going to click this. We're going to go back over here. Now Solidworks auto-detected from our face that this part is 3/16. We want to keep the body. We want to keep the default bend radius, which is 7/8. And for bend edges, this is very important. You have to say collect all bends. I'm going to click it, and you see face 3, 4, and 5 over here on the part. 3, 4, and 5 have been collected, so it's collected this bend, and this bend. We're going to come back over here and we're going to hit our green check mark. Perfect. So now down here in the convert to solid, you'll see that our part can now be flattened. If I come up here to flatten, click it, and zoom out, you'll see that we got our flat pattern. Perfect. We're going to go ahead and reform this by unchecking flatten. And now we want to export this to DXF so that we can use it as our program information. So what we do is right click, not left click, right click, and come down to export to DXF. Click that. We're going to save this as fire pit base panel CS. We're going to say 2 because we've already done this a couple of times. Just slowing it down. And then hit save. Right over here, the DXF DWG output manager is saying, what do you want to export? Sheet metal, faces, loops, and edges, or annotation views? In this case, we're going to select sheet metal. We're going to come down here for entities to export. We want to leave geometry checked, but we also want to check bend lines. So with bend lines checked, we come back up here, say OK. And what you're going to be prompted with is this Solidworks to DXF DWG mapping. Now I've already gone through and I've mapped this previously. And what we need to do now is essentially just hit OK. But when we're looking at it, our edges, our 0 layer is saying this is our geometry. Our bend up lines are going to be this layer here. Bend down is going to be this layer here. And it's going to be bending in the down direction. So with all of this already selected, hit OK. And it's going to output our DXF pattern. You can see that our geometry is in red and our bend lines are in purple. Now we can hit save. So what that's going to do is if we go to our file explorer, let me find it, open file location, we'll see our DXF pattern right here. So we're going to copy that. For us, we're not wired into our press brake or our plate laser, so we're going to copy it to a USB drive. We'll take that USB drive over to the machines, and then we'll walk through what that looks like on the plate laser as well as the press brake. Let's get started. Okay, Jason. Now what we've got is we're at our plate laser, and we've fired up our machine, and we're going to go ahead and import our program. So this is really important. When this program first comes in, you see these dashed lines, those are our bend lines. We don't need those, so we can either delete them by hitting delete on the keyboard or just turning them to an off cutting layer. So you'll apply your layer parameters and go ahead and cut this like you normally would, but that's an important step. Get rid of those layers, cut out your part, and then we'll move to the press brake. So we're here. We have a 250-ton press from Smoke Ranch CNC. It's 16 feet long, and we have the Delem DA-69T controller. So we're down here at the products page, and we need to bring our file. And for us, it's a thumb drive. We're going to take that thumb drive, we're going to stick it in the side of the machine up here. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go to Import DXF, which is right here under the Products tab. I'll show you right here. Click that guy. Come up over here, click Import DXF. We're going to find our USB drive, which is transporter, and we're going to scroll down until we find your part. Where's it at? Fire pit base panel carbon steel. Select. So now we're looking at this page right here. So we're going to select 1, 2, 3. I'm going to come over here and say invert selection, and what that's going to do is it's going to now select the whole geometry, right? I'm going to come over to line properties, line type. This is a contour. Click contour, hit accept, and now these are other bend lines. So we're going to select this one, line properties, select bend line. It's going to ask us for the angle. We're going to say 90 degrees here and hit accept. We're going to do the same for these other two. Let me get this guy, line properties, select by layer, bend line. I believe this angle was 45, so we're going to type in 135. Got it. Hit accept. And this guy down here, we go back up to line properties, bend line. I think from memory that was 157.5. Hit OK. Hit accept. And now what we're looking at is our contours, our bend lines with their bend angles. We're going to come over here to convert. Click convert. It's going to ask for your product ID, your product description. We're going to type the thickness, which is 0.1875. Hit accept. Here it's asking you for the correction factor. Here we're just going to zero everything out. These values may be different for you with your machine. After the correction factors have been set to 0, come down here and click accept. And then what you'll see is it creates that 3D part for you, right? And now from here, you can go to tool setup, pick your dies. I'm going to choose, I think, yeah, V32. No. V32 is not going to be right for that. We're not going to actually bend it, but I'm going to throw a V50 die in here with our 85-degree punch, and then come down here to the next tab, which is bend sequence. We're going to come up to sequence only. Boom, click that, and it's going to give us where our backstop needs to be, and it's going to walk us through these bends. So you can walk through the bends by clicking the bend button. Bend, We can rotate this thing around, and the next one, bend. Perfect. Product is completely bent. Now you can go into auto, and it sets all your tonnages and it sets all your bend angles for you automatically right here. And you'll go ahead and start the machine. See, finger positioned outside of x-axis ranged. So your machine, you'll set it up so that you can do the bend sequence in the order of which you want. But it's really nice because it gives you the bend pattern and the different bend functions, the different steps as you're going through. So whatever's going to work best for you in terms of sequencing, you can change these bends around in the bend sequence tab down here. So you can move different bends around so that you can have this bend first or that bend first. But there's a ton of functionality in this. But the important thing is now we've got that part in our products page. So if we go looking for it, we can find it and always recall it. Or we can pick a different part, go into auto, and see all of our settings. So for this particular bracket that we make here at Snake River Manufacturing, this is a 10 gauge bracket. We can walk through it and see what the bend is actually going to do. So that's a quick overview. It's a quick overview on how to export and map layers in Solidworks, convert them over to use the same file to run it on the plate laser, take that same CNC file and have it import into your Delem controller, assign those bend values, and you'll have that product forever until you change it or edit it, and you're good to go. That's it.